Hi, my name is Celeste Ramos, and I would like to begin with our problem statement, which is there is a high prevalence of adult smokers in Fresno County affecting the college student population. According to the CDC most recent 2014 Surgeon General Report on Smoking, between 1964 through 2014, over 20 million Americans died due to smoking. This number included 2.5 million non-smokers, that includes secondhand smoke, and over 100,000 babies. Secondhand smoke kills more than 41,000 non-smokers every year. These individuals are all victims of a preventable cause of death. For every adult who dies early due to smoking, it is replaced by 2 young smokers. Today, 42 million adults and 3 million middle and high school students are smokers. In our data for a young adult, information for tobacco use in college-age students say that 13 of every 100 young adults aged 18 to 24, that's 13%, smoke. In the age range between 25 to 44 years of age, 18 of every 100 adults smoke. The percentage would be 17.7%. Statistics by level of education indicate that more than 18 of every 100 adults with some college degree, no college degree, are smokers, 18.5%.
Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca. I'll be talking about the college students data and the Fresno County data that we collected for our research project. So I'll begin with college students data. A cohort study conducted in 2010 by 8 researchers in North Carolina studied 11 colleges and universities in North Carolina and Virginia to study first tobacco use among college students. This study yielded that over half the sample of lifetime tobacco users were female, which was about 56%. In the female population, cigarettes were predominantly the first tobacco product experimented, which ranged at about 44.8%, followed by hookah at 29.2% and cigars at 21.9%. Among males, cigars were commonly initiated first at 38.5%, followed by cigarettes at 29.2% and smoking hookah at 18.7%. Fresno County data reflects a little bit differently. So data from Fresno County's Chronic Disease Community Health Disease Assessment says that 14.3% for adults are current smokers and 24.8% are former smokers. This data was retrieved between 2012 and 2013 and included data since 2009. Among Fresno adult smokers, 27.9% that smoke 20 or more cigarettes per day. If you break that down into gender demographics, female adults possess a smoking rate of 15.1% compared to males at 13.4%. High-risk adults include low-income people, females, and African Americans that were noted for the highest groups for smoking.
This graph represents the information we found on the CHIS database about smoking and gender differences. This study involved 3,045 adolescents that were collected from the University of California, Los Angeles for health policy research. Participants were asked to take a survey that asked about their smoking habits. Their results found that of 1,453 females that participated in the survey, 38.4% have smoked a cigarette. Of the 1,592 males that were surveyed, 45.7% of them have smoked a cigarette. In the last 30 days, 10.1% of females smoked 1 to 10 cigarettes. In the male population, 17.8% of them have smoked 1 to 10 cigarettes in the past 30 days. When looking at the rates for smoking 11 to 25 cigarettes in the past 30 days, males were at a rate of 0.5% and females were at 0.
Hi all, my name is Marcela Alvarez and today I'll be explaining our methods and procedures. So for our methods and procedures, we observe Fresno State students who smoked in smoking zone areas. Our main focus was to find a difference between males and females who smoke. We began our observations at the education building, but we didn't witness any smokers. Therefore, we moved to the Engineering West building to begin our observations there. Our observations began on November 3rd and continued on till November 17th. We generated these observations from 10:45 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. each day. Considering that we did not see any smokers at the Peters Education Building, we performed our observations at the Engineering West Building and at the Rose Garden smoking zones. Our observational studies were conducted at the same time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On November 3rd, we observed a male smoker at 11:20. His smoking time was only about 5 minutes. Then on November 5th, we observed at the Engineering West building for about 40 minutes. It was a very rainy day, so we only got to observe one male smoker, who smoked for about 6 minutes. We then went back to the Engineering West building on November 8th and watched two smokers at around 11:50. This time it was a female and a male smokers. They smoked for approximately 15 minutes each. That same day at around 12:05, another male smoker showed up and smoked for 4 minutes. We found out that smokers never exceeded for 10 minutes. On November 10, we observed 3 male smokers at 12:05 and 1 female smoker at 12:10 at the Engineering West building. We went back to the Rose Garden on the 15th of November at 11:20 a.m. to find a female smoker. She smoked for 5 minutes and then walked away. That was a sunny day. At around 11:40, another smoker arrived at the Rose Garden. This time it was a male and he smoked for about 6 minutes. Our observations consisted of sitting down at the bench right next to the smoking zone areas and recording the gender, time of the day, and time each person smoked for. I recorded my observations on paper and made sure that I had the date of each observation. I realized that the time of day when most students smoked were from 10:45 a.m. to 12:15 each day. And lastly, most of the smokers I observed smoked at the Engineering West building.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Alvaro and I'll be discussing the results portion of our project. Our hypothesis was that there will be no gender difference between male and female college student smokers. Based on our literature review, we decided that smoking is the norm for some young adults in general. Therefore, the results should be an equal amount of male and female college students smoking. As you can see, our observations show a different story. From those 2-week observations, the total number of students observed smoking in the designated smoking areas were 8 in total. The designated areas were the Peters Educational Building, Engineering West Building, and the Rose Garden. Out of the 8 students observed smoking, 6 were male and only 2 were female. Percentage-wise, 75% of the students observed smoking were male, while the remaining 25% were female. Our hypothesis stated that there should have been an equal amount of male to female college students who smoke. Our results show otherwise, with males in the majority and more likely to smoke compared to females.
Hi, it's Rebecca. I'm here to close out our research video. So in conclusion, the study our group conducted ultimately reflected that males tend to smoke more than females. It was observed that out of the 8 people at school we saw smoking, that 6 of those were men, leading our group to conclude that there was a much larger proportion of men that smoke as opposed to women. In the analysis of the study we examined from CHIS, which was called Testing the Invariance of Adolescent Survey-Based Smoking-Related Behaviors Across Ethnic Groups and Gender, that study also found that more males than females were smokers. This study also went into further depth discussing reasons why women smoked less than males, investigating smoking-related behaviors, and underlying reasons for those behaviors. The study attributed social roles and behaviors such as women being more concerned with their outward appearance toward others as a reason for women smoking less, while men's tendencies toward smoking was due more to the pleasure and effects of smoking. Thanks for listening.